Hi there. Have you been asked to find the standard deviation of a set of distribution before? Did you find it difficult to do so? Let me show you how you can find the standard deviation of a set of distribution in just 5 steps. What are these steps? As you can see them on your screen, the first step you want to take is to find n. What is n? N is the number of data you are working with. The second thing you want to do is you want to find the mean of that distribution. After getting the mean of the distribution, the next thing you will do is to find or construct a deviation table. After you have been able to construct a deviation table, the next step is to calculate your variance. Once you have been able to calculate the variance, the last thing to do is to find the square root of the variance. The square root of the variance is actually your standard deviation. Now, for you to understand what I have just said, I want you to see how I carry out these steps in finding the standard deviation of the set of numbers you are seeing on the board here. The question says, calculate the standard deviation of 2, 3, 8, 10, and 12. As I have shown you in the steps, the first thing to do is to find n. What is n? I have 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My n equals 5. What is the next thing we want to do? We want to calculate the mean of the distribution. And how do we do that? You want to add all the numbers together and divide it by how many numbers you have, which is 5. So 2 plus 3 plus 8 plus 10 plus 12, all divided by 5. The final answer is 35 divided by 5, and that is 7. This is our mean. Now that you have done the first step and the second step, the third step is to construct the table. We want to construct a table of deviation that looks like this. Now the next thing is, what is your x? You want to label the first row x, d, and d squared. X, d, and d squared. This d is your deviation from the mean. And how do you get it? You want to take your 7, which is the mean, away from each of these numbers. You will notice that the numbers I have here are the numbers that we were given. 2, 3, 8, 10, and 12. 2, 3, 8, 10, and 12. Now let us find the deviation from the mean. This is going to be 2 minus 7, and that gives me minus 5. 3 minus 7, that gives me minus 4. 8 minus 7 gives me 1. 10 minus 7 gives me 3. And 12 minus 7 gives me 5. This is how I get my deviation from the mean. Then to fill the last column of the table, we want to square each of all these numbers and write it here. Now look at it. Minus 5 times minus 5, that is the square of minus 5. That gives us positive 25. The square of minus 4, that is minus 4 times minus 4, that gives you 16, a positive 16. The square of 1 is 1 times 1, and that gives you what? That gives you 1. The square of 3 is 3 times 3, which is 9. And the square of 5 is 5 times 5, which is 25. All we have to do now is to add all these together. We want to add 25 to 16, to 1, to 9, and to 25. This is going to give us a total of 76. So, we have the addition of all these to be what? To be 76. Now, this 76 we have gotten is the same as writing the summation of d squared. So, the summation of our d squared is 76. The next thing we want to do is this fourth step, which is to calculate the variance of the data. How do we calculate the variance of the data? We are going to do the sum of the deviation divided by the number of data we have. And that is going to be 76 divided by 5. This is going to give us a total of 15.2. This is our variance, 15.2. Now that we have done the fourth step, the last step is to find the standard deviation, which is simply to take the square root of the variance, and that is 15.2. And the square root of 15.2 is approximately 3.9. Approximately 3.9. And this is our standard deviation. You can imagine how simple this is. Now, we practice mathematics by learning. We learn mathematics by practicing it as well. I would like you to take note of this question. Would you love to practice it and see how you can take the same steps to find the standard deviation of 2, 3, 5, and 6? If these questions were done correctly, I bet it with you your final answer should be approximately 1.58. That is how to find the standard deviation of a set of distribution. I hope you have learned something today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to those whom you know are going to be beneficiaries of it. Thank you very much and enjoy your time.